It's been almost a month since Apology Tour, and people on the internet have started taking sides on Stolitz and Blitz's relationship. And the overwhelming response is that Stolitz is completely in the right, and that all of his actions are justified. Well, I disagree. I mean, he's not exactly in the wrong, but let's not put all of the blame on Blitz. So here's a quick video explaining why I think Blitz is not the bad guy in this relationship. First, let's have a look at the end of the full moon episode. Whilst Blitz was in the wrong for making a joke over Stolitz confessing his feelings for him, in his defense, he had no reason to think otherwise. Stolitz is a prince, demon royalty, and Blitz is an imp at the bottom of the social hierarchy of hell. In his eyes, Stolitz never cared for him, and everything was just entertainment to the owl. Even when they were kids, Stolitz's father, Payman, literally bought Blitz for the day. And yes, Stolitz doesn't know this, but Blitz does, and it definitely affected how he viewed their dynamic. Blitz has historically struggled with his own self-image, something we've seen not just with his photos in his apartment, but also with his friendship with Fizzaroli. So yes, whilst it was in poor taste to make a mockery of Stolitz's feelings, Blitz shouldn't have been expected to know Stolitz truly loved him like that, making his reaction at least excusable. Blitz goes on to say that he needs time to process this, and Stolitz, who is usually all for talking things out, doesn't let him. Later in the scene, Blitz expresses his thoughts on how Stolitz treats him as a lesser than, or at least makes it known to him that he's an imp of a lower station through their interactions. He mentions how he can't treat him like one of his servants, and whilst we haven't seen Blitz actually interact with Stolitz's imp staff, we can assume off-screen Blitz is aware of how Stolitz is with them. The one scene that springs to mind in regards to Stolitz with his staff is when Stolitz was packing up Stella's stuff, and how he handled the imp servant there. And I am in no way saying Stolitz is as bad as other Goetias and higher up demons in hell, but his actions do have consequences, and in this scenario, the consequence is Blitz not believing him straight away. This power difference is even used when dismissing Blitz from his palace. If he wasn't a Goetia, he wouldn't be able to just portal Blitz away, forcing him to actually communicate with the other. But because of their differences, Stolitz was able to end the conversation when he wanted, before Blitz could even finish saying sorry. Then we have Apology Tour, and I mean, this episode is basically just Stolitz's communication issues on a screen. It starts with Blitz breaking into the palace gardens to talk to Stolitz because the prince has been ignoring his texts, something that never happened prior to this. In fact, Blitz was usually the one to be absent with his replies. And you know what, I fully respect Stolitz for knowing he needed some space and simply not replying, but Blitz doesn't fully get what he's done, and by pushing him away, Stolitz isn't actually helping anyone. Blitz eventually makes a sexual advance on Stolitz, something that was commonplace in their relationship before this morning, and Stolitz rejects it, which again, fair enough. He no longer wants their relationship to be built on sex. However, if he was more explicit in his feelings with Blitz and allowed for a conversation after giving Blitz time to process everything, this entire situation would have been avoided. As soon as Stolitz rejects his advances with a snarky comment, Blitz immediately realized he acted up and admits it, something completely out of character for the usually overconfident imp. The next argument used against Blitz is that he didn't tell Stolitz about Stryker's attempted assassination attempt. However, based on everything that Blitz has seen of Stolitz, the prince was basically immortal and aware of dangers at all times, and because it's difficult to get your hands on an angelic weapon, Blitz likely thought that the threat of Stryker was gone due to Moxie now having the rifle. Blitz's reaction at the end of Western Energy is enough to show he really didn't think Stolitz could get hurt, let alone badly injured. Stolitz is rightfully upset that Blitz didn't tell him about the attempt on his life. There is once again reasoning for Blitz not acting upon this information. By the end of Apology Tour, Blitz has tried to talk to Stolitz, to communicate about their feelings for each other, but Stolitz is intoxicated and already in a bad mood with the imp. I'm not saying that Stolitz is fully in the wrong either and Blitz is fully in the right, but seeing such a one-sided hate train against the literal Helluva Boss himself just feels wrong when his own trauma has affected how he's reacted to the entire situation. Anyway, that's my rant over. Follow for more Helluva Boss stuff, I guess. Bye.